Fighting a child pornography accusation can feel insurmountable. I've seen how fast things can spiral when somebody is falsely accused. As a former prosecutor, I know how these cases are built and how to tear them down. If someone is facing a child pornography accusation, the first thing that they need to do is they cannot panic. Stop talking to the police. Do not talk about this with anybody else because those statements can still be used against you. Call an attorney and let them know what's going on. Call our team and we can help you out. When you're talking about child porn related charges in Colorado, there's really two major child porn charges. There's the viewing of it, so the possession of it, but there's also the distribution of it. Just simple possession of it, so to speak, means that you actually are in possession of some sort of child sexual abuse material. So whether it's videos, pictures, anything along those lines, that's the possession. But if you're using the internet to send that out to somebody, so if you're using any sort of social media, any sort of instant messaging program, email, anything along those lines, simply by transmitting that, you are distributing it. There's obviously other types of child porn related charges, but those are the major focal points in Colorado. The potential penalties for a conviction of a child porn related charge are pretty significant. You could be convicted of a very high class felony. You could be facing up to 12 years in prison. You could be facing registration on the sex offender registry. You could be facing sex offender intensive supervised probation and a lot of other related issues that go into that. In child porn related cases, there are defenses that you can throw. For instance, that it wasn't you who was using the computer at the time that the child porn was downloaded or that the child porn was distributed. This happens a lot of times when you have people who have roommates, and so it's your computer, but your roommate gets on and transmits it or downloads it. You didn't know, and so you find out later that this happened. Additionally, there's the potential of you didn't necessarily realize that you were in possession of it. Colorado still recognizes that you need to have some sort of possessory knowledge of what's going on. It's not just as simple as you have this. Maybe something was sent to you and it was a part of a virus or something like that, and it was downloaded onto your computer without your knowledge. When we handle these sorts of cases, the first thing we do is we handle these without judgment. We understand that there's a variety of reasons that you could be facing this, and we don't jump to any conclusions. A lot of us are either former prosecutors or former public defenders. We understand that every case is different and every person is different. And what we do is we listen with compassion about what's going on, and when we're reviewing the evidence, we're dissecting it. We're trying to figure out what we can do to best help you. And so ultimately, in the end, when we're engaging with the prosecution here, we're putting our best foot forward, not fighting on our back foot. So a success in these sorts of cases are dependent entirely on the case. So a success can be a dismissal of all charges, and obviously that's what we always try to strive for our clients. But other times it's maybe getting it taken down from a class 3 felony to potentially a class 6 felony. Maybe it's getting some sort of deferred sentence agreement. Maybe it's something that's being taken down to a non-sex related plea. So there's a variety of ways in which you can measure a success, but it's not a one-size-fits-all success story, so to speak. If you or someone you know is facing these types of charges, do not wait. Our team will listen without judgment, and we will fight for the best possible outcome. Reach out to my team for a confidential case consultation today.